Well, the crew has talked me into doing another shop story, and I said the only way I'm doing it is if Marcus and Michael join me. So we're going to talk about it. 2017 elk hunt in Wyoming, right?
A rifle elk hunt in September.
Well, it was a couple firsts. That's what's fun about the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. It's like, that's what got us wanting to talk about it. Is the firsts.
Yeah, it was like Michael's first backcountry hunt.
First backcountry hunt? Was it your first?
First time being filmed on a hunt. Like
first draw hunt too, right?
The first time I've ever drawn a permit for somewhere out of state.
First time we've ever used llamas. First time we hunted with Beau.
Yep, met Beau Baty that trip.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of interesting things that happened on that trip. Yeah, it was a fun one. I don't know. It's fun to relive some of that.
Yeah. I remember earlier that year meeting Beau in Missoula. He was at the BHA rendezvous doing a llama thing.
Yeah.
And a guy named Thomas Baumeister said, Randy, this guy I've been telling you about with these llamas for a few years, he's here. I'm going to go introduce you to him. So I go out there, and here's Beau and this wonderful wife of his, Kirsten, and they both just have permagrin smiles. I'm like, how could I not like these people? And when I told him that we had just drawn these Wyoming tags, he's like, well, let's bring llamas.
I definitely thought it was a gimmick at the time of like having non-horse pack animals. It's like, okay, I don't know. They're probably going to carry some weight, but did not realize what we were getting into and how cool of a path it led down for sure.
Well, Michael, you'd just come to work for us in April of that year.
Yeah, very fortunate for the llamas because it could have I felt like I was just kind of thrown into the deep end. This was like one of the first hunts in the fall. Honestly, like thinking about doing that hunt with camp on your back, it would have made it so much more harder. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Especially when you have camera gear, like backpacks and camera gear. That's a tough mix. I'm not gonna lie.
And I don't want to pack an elk out that far. We would have been packing that out on our back.
It was an interesting experience, like meeting somebody for the first time, Beau, who has now become all three of our, like really close to all three of us. Just like kind of meeting some guy you never met before, and like we're gonna spend 6 days, 7 days together, and since then we've done that a lot. You know, we meet some of your friends, and it always winds up being awesome, and you wind up hanging out with some of these guys for 5-6 days, and they become some of your lifelong friends. But
for sure,
that was like also a little bit of a hesitation for me, just like, oh, I don't know this guy.
Yeah, I wish Beau could be here for this conversation, but Beau is so busy and he doesn't live in Bozeman either, so it's like a tough sell for him to come tell stories with us. But
I remember when we met up with him in town, and your very first thing, you always have this hesitation, like, is this going to be a half-baked operation? Is he just kind of a salesman? You show up, and he's got 7 or 8 llamas. He has panniers stacked up in the back of his 1-ton truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy he's here for business. And then when we drive in, and there's that big rock pile and creek, and I'm thinking, well, why don't we just back up? Let's go dump the llamas there. We only are going to gain another half mile by tearing your trailer apart going through this creek. He's like, no, you go through and I'll watch and see. And so I do, and he's just like, I got that. And then everything's bouncing and splashing, and he can barely cut the corner around those trees. I'm like, this guy's serious. This guy's no downstreamer.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then like it was another realization. When he started pulling out the panniers, and he's like, all right, you got to weigh them, and I need to be exactly, So he's just like having us like put our gear in there, weigh it, and just like orchestrating how these panniers are put together. I'm like, oh, this is like, he's dialed. Like,
way more dialed.
He's done this before.
Yeah. And he was so particular. He's got a scale, and it's to the pound.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the one, we had everything packed, and he's like, well, this guy is a pound or 2 light on this side. So he goes and grabs 2 rocks and throws them in the front of the pannier. I'm like, you're going to make this guy carry 2 extra pounds of rocks? And he's like, got to balance them out.
I think Beau said he has like a whole rock pile at his house that are just from like panniers being balanced out over the years, where you like get home and like throw out the rocks in the pile.
This guy over here,
He hiked 500 miles this year in 6 different mountain ranges in Idaho.
Wow.
We knew the weather was going to be crappy, right? We saw the forecast, and we thought, it's going to snow, and rain turned to snow. And
It was nice when we hiked in there,
Yeah.
though. It was like, yeah.
It was a beautiful, it was actually really nice hiking weather. Overcast, it wasn't too hot. It was really nice. Like I said, the llama's carrying all your stuff. It's just hiking with your body weight, basically. And everything kind of changed after that first night.
We lucked out that we got in there that evening, because then we could use a whole night's day of scouting.
Yeah, we still had a full day before the season started, if I remember right.
And the reason it was really good for me is that next morning my liver was not doing well. And I really felt bad, because I'm thinking, here's this guy who probably watches our show and thinks Randy's just this guy who goes and goes and goes. And now he's laying in the tent. He can't get out of his tent in the morning. What kind of sissy did I bring back here? And so you and him went scouting that day, and Michael hung around camp to make sure I wasn't going to tip over.
I felt bad, obviously, but I was kind of like selfishly like, nice, I can hang out. I don't want to go out in this. This is, I was just so out of my element. I was actually like, I think because I didn't know how to set up my tent, I didn't like ventilate it correctly, and some of my stuff was wet. It was cold, and we hung out. You guys went out and did some calling. I think a little bit of cow calling.
I'm trying to remember. I remember hearing bugles.
Yeah, you guys
and
did.
I think we might have done a locate bugle, and then like, this is dumb. We shouldn't be doing this. But there was like no real glassing. Like, it was this pretty thick timber close to camp. There wasn't a lot of stuff you could glass. So it's like, I don't know, let's wander around. And I don't even know if we cut any tracks, but I think we just like, well, let's just do a locate bugle, and like one answer, like, all right, we need to get out of here and stop.
Yeah.
The season's not open.
Yeah, you guys came back and there was a track in camp.
Yeah, that was the funny thing. When we got back, I'm like, you guys awake? And then like, there's
I wasn't awake.
We were chilling. We were not awake.
And it was so funny because like, we walk up, I'm like, there's a track. I'm like, is that a llama? I'm like, that's not a llama, that's an elk track. And it walked up to like, I don't know, pretty close to the 20 yards from the tents. So this morning we went, obviously we woke up to a ton of snow, and we went for a little walk. Me and Beau went up, did a loop, did some calling, see if we saw any tracks, and we didn't see anything, but we came back to camp and 2 of the llamas had spooked up the hill, and we come to find out that what looks like a little bull walked down this trail right here, came right up to camp, right up to the llamas were sitting right here. We just moved them up into the trees, but they walked right 14 yards away from Michael's tent.
Well, I got feeling better that afternoon, and Michael and I, you guys went one way, Michael and I went another way, and Michael and I hiked all the way to the wilderness boundary. Yeah. And with the visibility was terrible because it was still like foggy, snowy, rainy, off and on. The sun had come out and then it'd fog in again. But I remember we walked to that camp that those guys had, and they were residents, so they could camp. They could
hunt the wilderness.
They were going to hunt the wilderness area, and they were right outside the wilderness boundary. And Michael and I visited with them for a while. They're really cool guys, but they were talking about where all the hunting pressure is going to come from. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, everyone's going to be hunting the wilderness area. We can't hunt it, which maybe that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then on our way back to camp, Michael and I stopped near this lake, and a cow and a calf were coming down to the lake to water. And then all of a sudden, a raghorn bull comes walking out, and then they saw us, and they took off. But in my head, I'm thinking, well, this would be a good place to start in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, then that night, so the season's going to open the next day, and it cleared off that night, and it got cold, and that snow turned to almost like crunchy ice, that wet snow.
Oh,
it was
right,
so loud. And when we went to bed, I'm thinking, oh, that's so cool. We got fresh snow. We'll be able to go quiet. We wake up, and it got down to 15 degrees or something, and everything is just like, I'm like, great. And then we got a little bit of a late start because Beau cooked such a big breakfast that I didn't want to disrespect him by not taking the time to eat as much as he cooked. And the more we ate, the more he cooked. And then we get a little bit of a late start.
Opening morning, we're 20 minutes, 25 minutes late. We got to get on the trail. That's all we have to say.
Sounds good.
We went out there and Marcus had the idea of a cow party. And I'll be honest, I'd never done a cow party before. I thought, this is the dumbest thing. What?
I mean, it does kind of seem silly, but it was one of my friends in college is just like cow parties. Like you just get a couple people and just start talking to each other, cow calling back and forth, and just have a little cow party.
Yeah. And I remember we're 20 minutes into this cow party, and I'm thinking to myself, we might call in a hunter. We might have people laughing at us over on the ridge there, but we're not going to call an elk into this. Even though we were doing this right where you and I had seen that raghorn
And that's the
cow calf
intel
the
that
day
we were
before.
operating on, because
Right.
raghorns and cow parties go together
Yeah.
really well in my experience.
And I heard, I think it was you, Michael, who said there's a bull coming towards us.
It was like, I think it was just elk, elk, elk.
People don't realize what a fire drill is like. And I don't know that unless you're there to see the fire drill that happens every time, the audience thinks this is just all choreographed and smooth, and it never is. And you grabbed your rifle, and the only thing you had was this little tree.
Kneeled down and leaned against the tree.
216.
How far?
216. That sounded good.
I think I hit him.
Oh, that sounded like a good shot, Marcus.
Dude, I don't know. Okay. I hope it was a good hit. You spotted an elk. Michael just spotted an elk, and it came out of the trees. Spooked. Randy stopped with the cow calling. Got a shot off, real quick shot off.
I remember walking up there, and it was easy because we could, once we saw his tracks, we followed to where he had stopped, and there instantly was just blood.
One of my favorite Randy quotes came from that was, "Oh, he's deader than disco."
Deader than disco. That's him. Make sure his head's down. Make sure his head's
He's
down.
deader than disco.
It's awesome. Hit him a little high, but looks like it got the lungs. This is the first elk I actually have seen on this trip, so couldn't be happier. He's not a big bull, but he'll eat good. Randy gets excited about it. He probably won't let me help.
This is what I'd live for right here. I could go along and work for an outfitter just to be the gut and giller.
Although I don't want you to butcher my back straps now.
Okay. All right. Get my gut hook in there on the back straps.
So. How hungry are you guys?
I'm not very hungry. I'll eat a little bit though.
A little bit.
I'll tell you what, when you hunt with Marcus Hockett, we talk about fresh meat. This is as fresh as we get right here. That was the first time I'd ever done the tenderloin on a rock. And
Yeah.
since then, I mean, we did it in Canada a bunch of times. We've done it so many times since then, but I'd never done it. And I'm seeing Marcus do this. I'm like, it's not going to get hot enough.
Yeah.
It sure did. It was
Gotta make
like,
a fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things.
Wants a
Very cool
slice.
experience for me. Just like elk being harvested to not maybe like an hour later to
Eating
them.
it. Yeah.
Very
And it was
cool.
just like looking over the lake and just
Yeah, it was an
beautiful
awesome
day.
spot.
This like sun came
It
out.
the sun did come out. It like
Yeah.
kind of opened up for us. It was,
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, that was in my mind. Michael asked me, because I'm just kind of standing there, he's like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, I'm thinking about, this might be the last time I ever look at this lake, but what a great way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, what an amazing,
Yeah.
just culmination of everything. So if this is the last time I look at this lake, the memories are pretty
Yeah.
dang good.
Yeah.
Well, on our way back to camp,
Yeah.
Beau's leading, you're behind him, and then me, and then Michael. And I remember you and Beau, I come around the corner and you and Beau are stopped. Because Michael and I had stopped to film, I don't know what it was, maybe me bragging about how cool this is to have these llamas. And when I come around the corner, you and Beau are like, this is another thing that I don't think people really understand the chaos of filming. Is Michael's heard me talking about, hey, if there's an elk, it's down. And we come over this little rock pile and here's a cow standing there in the opening. And Michael's like, I'm on him.
Yep.
And I see a 6-point bull standing off to the side, and I'm thinking, there's no way Michael can see this because he's
I didn't.
yeah. And so I'm thinking, I better not shoot this thing because there's no way Michael could. It's just such a narrow lane.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the cow, I think she barked even, and she takes off to our right. And the bull is working his way over. So we run around this big rock and get up there. And I still could have shot that cow, but just as at the last second, I get on the bull again, but he's heading into the timber.
Yeah.
And, Michael's like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Michael,
Terrible,
I've been
terrible.
doing this long enough. I know how, there was just no way that he was going to be able to get on camera that bull.
In hindsight, and then maybe even for future reference, you should just shoot the bull, even though you know he's not, because even if you're worried about like the viewers like being mad about not seeing it, like it creates a viral moment that's hilarious because Michael's like, yeah, I'm on it, and then like, boom, like still standing there.
Wait. You missed.
I don't know. It would have. I get now that you say it. It would have been funny for me to shoot and
Hilarious.
tip the bull over, and Michael be like, "You missed." I'm like, "No, he's dead right there."
It's like when Uncle Larry
Yeah.
shot the bull, like, you missed. Like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, and here the bull comes rolling down the hill into the screen.
The 1 second from the left. That one. It's second from the left, facing downhill. Okay, I see him, yeah. Okay. Try to shoot the far shoulder. He's looking, you see him looking towards us? He got all the time in the world. Shoot again.
Huh?
Hold on. Oh, you hit the wrong one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He's laying there dead.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the second one you said with his head down.
Yeah, second one from
To
the
the
left
left.
with his head down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made a great shot. You hit the fifth one from the left. Again.
Huh?
Hold on.
You mean I was on the fifth one?
Yeah.
I had to go way more left to find
Yeah.
the other two. Oh, what a dingbat. Gee whiz.
I remember slipping up, like just falling down one time, going up on that rock.
Oh, like
You
during this
filmed
moment?
it, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Like I totally ate it.
Yeah, I remember turning around and Michael is trying to keep the camera going and pick himself up. And then like 20 seconds later, we peek over and there are the elk. And I mean, you were on it, Michael.
I was on the cow. Yeah, I was
But
on the cow and I was like, go for it, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you were Johnny on the spot. But, oh well. Yeah. And not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And everyone was in pretty high spirits when we got back to camp. Beau cooked more of. The guy brings like an entire pork loin with him when you go back there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and
like,
we-
we brought freeze-dried and whatever.
Well, we ate heart that night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
We ate-
and
we
we
ate the
tried
heart-
the tongue,
tongue
too.
and tongue.
And the tongue.
You guys, I was like super unsure about eating a heart,
Oh,
and Randy's like, "Oh, you're fine, you'll love it."
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, but I remember, that was the first time I ever had heart. It's really good.
No, it was really good.
First elk cart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And?
It's kind of cool saying you're eating a heart.
I could be wrong. My mind, my old foggy mind was we went out and hunted the next day. You guys did a bunch of calling while Michael and I would go in, and we could get some responses, but we just could never get them to come.
We got into like I wouldn't say like a bugle fest, but very close to it. Like there were we have some really good audio, some bulls bugling.
Yeah.
We thought that they were coming in close, and they were hammering. And they were bugling like frustrated. You know, like it was super cool, and I think it was just like wrong wind or something.
Yeah,
like that.
the only real shooting lane we had, the wind was blowing, screwed up that they're probably not going to get to that shooting lane without smelling us. And I was thinking about just dropping down in there, but the wind was, well, that's why they live, right? That's why they're so smart.
Yeah.
Is they're like, all right, we're going to come in. We hear that bugling. We're going to make this big, or that cow calling. We're going to make this big loop, and we're coming in with wind in our face.
Yeah.
And what I would, based on where we could hear them, I don't think they had another 10 or 15 yards before they got into that shooting lane, and we would have had another bull.
Dang, yeah.
But it was so thick with so much snow hanging on,
Yeah.
we didn't even get to see them.
Yeah, that was one of the challenges of that hunt for sure. Was just being in thick, It seemed like we didn't have very much glassing opportunity. All this stuff, everything that was going to happen was going to be close.
I just know he smelled us. And I don't think it was enough where he's like a strong sentiment. The way you guys were working and kind of moving, it was bringing him. It's like we were the perfect pivot point. I'm like, he's gone.
There you go. Is that delicious? Yeah. Jacoby looks like he wants some. Look at him. Should we have Randy give him some?
Yeah.
You got a whole mouthful of food and you still want a treat. Oh, what a good day, huh? What a good day. I'm gonna go back up where Marcus shot his, about 45-minute hike from here. On our way back as it gets dark this evening. Kill one. Marcus promised me.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks a lot different today.
Bet you there are fish that die of old age in that lake. That's good. There should be places where fish can die of old age.
We got some elk tongue here.
Well, you got the
I've never had elk tongue, or any tongue for that matter. But Beau's gonna show us how to cook it. Alright, so this in 3 pieces, right?
Yep.
Right there. There's one. This is our boot drying rack. Homemade by Beau.
Look at Beau's t-shirt, man. He owns this joint.
This is my land. Yeah, we've had tenderloin, heart, and toenails.
That was a better piece.
If I was gonna do a protein overload, it's gonna be from another stack of tenderloin.
It was that night that we'd all kind of tucked in, and about 1 or 2 in the morning, all of a sudden I hear Beau over there wrestling to get out of his tent. And
Yeah, there's a commotion going
Yeah.
on, like, uh-oh, something happened. So what happened here last night?
Well, Randy woke up about 4. He's camped next door. And about right after he stopped wrestling around, I heard a big crash and snow, and the canvas hit my face. And I was pushing up the canvas. Ah, get off me, get off me. Realized that there was a heavy payload of snow on the canvas. And to get my flashlight, headlamp, and look at my center pole, and it snapped in the center. So I measured it, went out, did a little timber cutting, popped it right back up.
Beau knows backcountry. If you're in the backcountry, you want to be with Beau. I think with all that snow, and then the fact that it's supposed to snow some more, the next morning we kind of made the call that getting out of here is going to already be a challenge. If we get another foot of snow, what do you say we just call it a victory and head out now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get you guys, like you and Beau, out of the backcountry, but you guys were in agreement, so.
Well, I had filled my elk.
Yeah,
tag,
you had
so
filled your elk
selfishly,
tag
I
and,
was like, oh yeah, whatever.
I remember going on the drive, like, so we hiked back. I don't think anything really eventful happened.
It was actually pretty enjoyable. I mean, it was
It
very
was.
snowy, but it was just like,
so beautiful.
it was just like, yeah.
But
I remember just like thinking about like just trying to relive the whole experience in my head, and when we were hiking out, it's like, this is crazy.
I got
Like,
some
like,
clips
especially just like having the llamas carry all the weight. It was just like the possibilities that are just rolling through my mind.
I was with you, Marcus. My mind is just spinning about how impressed I was. How, I don't want to say I was skeptical, but just a little, had some uneasiness about, we're really trying to do something here. Where we said we're going to camp, if these llamas don't work out, we have got a task getting into that camp and getting an elk out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And within 5 days or 4.5 days, my mind is now, there's no question. My backcountry elk hunting career just got extended by at least 10 years, maybe even longer, thanks to Beau Baty and the Wilderness Ridge Trail Llamas.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Looking back on that, there's so many memories and so many awesome experiences from that hunt. It's like, I think it's still my smallest bull I've ever killed, but it's like, that doesn't matter because it was just like, the whole experience was just like so phenomenal that it's just one of my favorite hunts to look back on, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things about that. And one of them that still sticks out to me is just Beau getting so excited, giggling like he's 4 years old and it's Christmas because we have a bull elk on the ground. Oh, that is so great! Look at that! I mean, I'm like, this guy lives this, man. This isn't. You can't fake Beau's excitement and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And I wish but I get it at that time. He doesn't really know us. He doesn't want to be the part of the talent, for lack of a better term of saying it. So he was kind of off camera a lot. But if we would have captured some of that, the audience would have been like, this guy needs to be on camera more.
We've since realized that.
Yeah.
Every single one of Beau's hunts that he's been on since then, we all love Beau. Everybody loves Beau.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, the lesson, if I had a lesson from that hunt, it was just that don't be afraid to go and do something and try something maybe a little different.
Oh, yeah.
And don't worry that it's not a glory tag, because I look at how much we all learned on that trip, how much fun we had, what a fond experience it became. And like you were saying, it's a tag you can draw easier than the general tag. And a lot of people be like, I don't know if I'm going to go hunt that tag, or I don't know if I'm going to apply. Guess what? We're out in the woods. Yeah. We were in the element, dealing with all kinds of crazy conditions. Ended up with an elk.
Yeah.
There's so many. If you look at the positives that just are in that column, it reminded me of just go. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about the details of if it's a great tag or just go.
Yeah. What's crazy is that was almost eight seasons ago, right? If my math's right.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. It
8.
feels like it was not that long ago. But
I know.
We've had a lot of experiences since then.
It's crazy.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what's happened since then, our relationship with Beau has become one of our most cherished things. He's had 2 bouts with cancer since then. He's recovered. He's all fired up. He's ready and wanting to go this year. Him and I are going on a deer hunt this year, and so yeah, a lot has transpired just in that 8 years.
Yeah.
But
Pretty crazy.
you guys haven't quit.
No.
Haven't fired me, and that's like the biggest remarkable thing over 8 years is you guys are still here and not throw your hat in the dirt and say, I give up on this guy, man.
Oh, I love it. It's so much.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, Randy, for allowing us to go do stuff like that and call it our job is kind of crazy. Like, that's wild to think about. I always have to really appreciate the fact that that's what we get to do for a living is insane.
Well, but right now we're dealing with a lot of things in the world of public lands and having to activate people and get them to go do stuff. I hope people understand the method of what our madness has always been, is if we show people inspirational content where they say, I might only do it once in my life, but I want to go do that. And they go and do one elk hunt somewhere. Those are the people right now who have found a tangible connection, and they're calling their senators, they're calling their congressperson, they're showing up, and they are present at a time when we need them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and like that would be a good example. Some of that land that we hiked through is just like kind of boring stands of timber. You might just be like, oh, that's a boring stand of timber that's unutilized. We should be doing something with that. We could make a ski resort there. We could, do whatever. And it's to be able to make content and videos that show how amazing of an experience we were all able to have in there, and to think about how many other groups of hunters and recreationalists have done something similar in that exact spot. It's like, it is not unutilized. Like, these are amazing places, amazing lands, and there might not be a whole bunch of people on it every day, but that's also what makes it cool. That's what makes these experiences fun. And anybody can do it. Anybody, like, even if you live in Florida, you can still come out to Wyoming or Montana and go hike around in those zones, or draw a permit and go hunt. And so, it's I obviously there's pros and cons of promoting public lands, but I do believe that there's a lot of pros to showing people how amazing these landscapes are. Yeah.
Right. I think our goal that I always worry about, we walk this fine line. We never want to have our promotion of it be a negative beyond, there's always going to be some consequence.
Right.
Someone's going to find our film permit, or they're going to call the game agency and find out where we drew it. I mean, and it ends up out in public domain. Our job is to make sure that the value we add to what those lands represent and the experiences that people can have on those lands are worth it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's times like this where all of a sudden, I don't know what sauce you got cooking, Michael, with those Instagram videos, but I look, some of them have over 1 million views in 5 days.
I think the sauce is this guy talking.
Getting fired up.
Well, I get fired up because it would piss me off to no end if other people, whether they're Wyoming residents or U.S. citizens, couldn't go and repeat that story we just talked about.
Yeah.
And if that ever happens, I'll consider my life an abysmal failure. And so, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, appreciate
we
you,
appreciate
Randy.
it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging around for that story, folks. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll come up with another one.